Hi, my name's Stacy, and I'm the owner of a Brinklink Store, Montana Used Bricks. This is my third episode of YouTube videos, my way of paying it forward for all the videos that I watched and got some great tips. Today is just going to be a really short little video just to discuss why. Why do you want to open a Brinklink store, and is it the right fit for you? Maybe you shouldn't. There's a lot of questions that you need to ask yourself before you even jump into the process. Something I didn't do, something I didn't consider when I opened my store. But now looking back, I think there's some things I probably should have sat down and wrote a list of pros and cons on why I thought it was a good idea. It did turn out to be a great fit for me. It's something I really enjoy. But I put a lot of time and effort into it. So one of the first questions is why? Why do you want to open your store? Is it because you love Lego? Do you just want to sell the extra parts that you have so that you can buy more, which is how I got started? Are you trying to get rid of your stash of Legos, maybe your old collection of Lego sets? Try to figure out, and is it something that you want to do long term? Is it something you just want to do for the short term, maybe just to make some extra cash? Or is it something that you want to do for years to come? Or maybe even open it up and try to make it a full-time business. There are people who do that, and I applaud them because I don't know how they do it. I have yet to figure that secret out. I'm still working my day job, but I do make enough that I think between my husband and I, we should be able to use the store as our retirement money because we'll still need a little bit of an income once we retire, but we won't need a full-time paycheck. And this is something that we both love. So that you might want to write down some reasons of why you want to open your store. The second thing you want to ask yourself is, what do I want to get out of this? Am I doing it because I want to make some money? Do I want to do it for the satisfaction? Just try to figure out what is going to keep you motivated to keep this store running. For me, the sorting, I sell used Lego, hence the name Montana Used Bricks. And for me, what I get out of it is actually two things. One is the sorting process for me is very relaxing. For whatever reason, I love to come out to my little shop here, put YouTube videos on or a movie or listen to a podcast and just sort parts. It's very relaxing for me. It kind of gets my mind working to solve some other issues I may be having in my life. I really enjoy that time. The other thing I really like about this is knowing that my parts are going to be used either in these elaborate mocks. I've seen pictures of some of the stuff people have used some of my Lego for, and I'm just so happy to see people that are creative enough to build these incredible mocks because I do not have that talent. I have to have the instruction book in front of me to be able to build. I hope to someday start to venture into that, but right now I'm just in awe people can do that. I also get a big satisfaction out of selling used parts to people who are rebuilding sets that they had as kids and sharing that experience with their kids or grandkids. And for me, I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. I do, like I said, I make a little bit of money at this, but not enough to brag about. That's for sure. Um, it's just something that is my hobby business. You know, you sell the parts to continue buying more. So that's what I love about it. The next thing you really need to sit down and figure out is how much time and effort and money that you want to put into this business. Because if you want to continue it long term, if you're just selling your personal collection of parts and sets, then you kind of have an end in mind. And it's probably once you get the parts into inventory, it's just a matter of waiting for people to order and buy from you. If you are going to continue this, going forward, though, you're going to have to figure out how much money do I want to put into inventory? How much time do I have to be able to put the parts into inventory? New parts are or sets are a lot easier to get into inventory than used bulk parts. I can tell you that right now. I spend countless hours putting the used parts in. There's different programs you can use to part out sets, but it's a lot harder when you're buying in bulk. So you need to figure out kind of what you want to do in that respect, how much time and energy you have to put toward this. Like I said, I put a lot of time into this, but I don't have kids at home. My son is off and has his own relationship and, is busy with his kids. I do spend time with the grandkids. Of course, they love to come see me because I've got all the Lego, but we don't have that bombardment of kids, and we don't really do a lot out of the house. We're pretty much homebodies, so we enjoy spending time at home and working on the business. But if you have a very active life, if you have a full-time job, an active life, a family, you got to figure out when and how you're going to be able to put time into this business because it does take some time and it is a business. That's the other thing, and I'll go into that in another episode. Something else that you want to ask yourself is what do I want to sell? What do I have to sell? Are you just going to, do you want to just kind of do a little bit of everything? Do you want to just sell parts? Do you want to just sell sets? Do you want to sell new sets, used parts, new parts? Do you want to specialize? There are some stores out there that are really good at specializing in either like Bionicle parts, Technic parts, minifigs. They might sell some of the other stuff, but they prefer to sell um, that specialized. I know there's a Brinklink store in Germany that specializes in stickers because they bought me out of my stickers when I was selling internationally. They bought every sticker sheet I had. So that might be something else you want to consider before you open your store so you know where to kind of put your money and what you want to be buying and what you want to work on. Like I said, I specialize in used parts. That's pretty much our specialty. We also do quite a bit of instructions too. I don't shy away from buying instructions because one of the best sales I ever had was selling a Star Wars instruction book. So I'm always on the lookout for a used box of instruction books. Not that I've had anything as good as that, but that was pretty awesome when we found that. The other thing to keep in mind is how is your family going to feel about this? If you're going to be spending a lot of time getting your Brinklink store up and running, how is your family? Are they going to be helping you? Are they going to be kind of resentful that you're spending all your time doing this? Doing a Brinklink store can be a bonding experience. As I said in the last video, when I started this, my husband thought I was nuts. But then when he started to see that we were making a little bit of money at it, we could use that money to build sets that we wanted to build, he started to get more into it and he was very willing to help. So I do have his support in doing this. Um, I may have continued to do this without his support, but I don't think I would have been as successful as I am if I didn't at least have his support. Even though he may not always have time to help me with the business, he's totally supportive. So he understands that I'm going to be spending, 5, 6 hours on a Saturday or Sunday, pretty much locked out here and just sorting parts and getting parts into inventory, pulling orders, and that sort of thing. Those are just a few of the questions that you really need to sit down and think about before you even decide to open up your store. And really just keep in mind, why you want to do it. What do you want to get out of it? How much time and energy and money are you willing to put into it to get it started and or keep it going? What do you want to sell? Do you want to be selling new parts, sets, Technic, stickers, minifigs? Do you want to specialize in anything? And then most of all, how does your family feel about this? I really want to stress that because it does, like I said, it takes a lot of time and energy. Even if you find ways to make little shortcuts, if you're doing really well with your business, you're going to spend a lot of time then pulling orders and getting those ready to mail. So, how does your family or your partner feel about this? Are they going to be supportive? Are they going to be willing to help? I believe that a Bricklink business can be a very great family bonding experience, and also give kids a really good idea of how businesses are run, and also give them some knowledge of maybe some e-commerce things that they might get into when they get older. So that's it for this time. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will have a new video for you probably next week. Thanks.